guys, I wanted to do a layout share, and I have these layouts in there from the second quarter, so from April, May, and June. I think there's 15 or 16 layouts here to share, and I got a lot done with Christy's Beautiful Life series sketches, and so I'll make sure you check out my videos of these layouts because all the information for who this sketch was by and the links to all the playlists and the Facebook groups are in there, as well as I have my Iron Crafter Challenge layouts, the YouTube Crafter Hops. So definitely check out all the videos for these layouts so that you can find out all the information on them. So we'll start with this layout, and this layout I had this idea where I wanted the heart to kind of disappear into other hearts. I think this would also be really cute with a butterfly and have like a butterfly and then the butterflies kind of taking off. But I did some mixed media here with the packaging technique, and then I stamped in darker color behind there. And of course I've covered up most of it because that's how it always works with mixed media. But and then I punched out these hearts, and I took the heart that matched this side, right, and I cut it, and then I made the sides kind of blend in with the heart because I didn't want it to be just like a straight line across. So they all are, and I didn't lay them flat so that they would all kind of stick up and add dimension. And then I just have a few embellishments here. I thought that this was a lot going on this side, so I didn't want to have too much embellishment wise. And so this is one of our reception photos, and then these are just some stickers from my stash and some little gems here. So I really like that one. It's always nice when the picture in my mind is actually what turns out on the page. So this layout is with a Paige Evans collection that I got in my Creative Scrapbook kit. And it's for the Iron Crafter Challenge, and it was to use fabric on your layout. And so I used this jean pocket. I had these pair of jeans like a million years ago. Of course, there's cat hair. And I loved the pockets because they were hearts. And so I had cut the pockets out and kept them, and then of course never used them. And so I thought it was a perfect time to use fabric on the layout to create this kind of denim pocket and have the picture in there. And I did some mixed media hearts here, and so I really like that one. That turned out really cute. And so this layout is we'll start with this side. When we went to see Wicked, and I had a bunch of pictures, and I thought instead of doing 2 pages I would do this kind of side 6x12, and I know that there's a glare and I apologize, but this is so that you can pull out the playbill for the show, and so it just will go inside here and just kind of stick inside the pocket. Oh, and then of course because I'm on camera it's gonna be hard to get in there, right? That's how it works. Well, I'll do that later. But yeah, so I cut out this heart. This is graphic 45 paper. I cut out this witch here, and then there's some kind of compasses. This is our ticket, and so that's fun. And then on this side is the pictures of my mom and I at the show. And then this, I forget, this was a cut file, and make sure you check out the video because I should tell you who it's by. And there was 2 of the witch's boots, but when I had cut it with the Cricut, the one got messed up, and so I still kept it because I could use this one. And I layered here. I tell the story about this being a $20 charcuterie tray, which is just hilarious. But so I really like how this turned out, and it got some of my old graphic 45 paper used up. Sometimes it's hard. I love graphic 45 paper, and then sometimes it's so hard to use it because it's all so pretty and I don't want to cut it up or cover up the image. So I at least got to use that. It's like the Wizard of Oz one. I forget what the name of it is. Okay, and then this one, I really like this one. I used some chevron. I cut punches here. I think this was a challenge to use punches, I believe. And so I use this arrow punch that I have, or chevron punch, and then I punched it multiple times and put it here. And so I really like how that turned out, and used up some flowers. My sweet Gracie, she had to have her teeth cleaned, so we picked her up, and they put them under anesthesia, so she's not very happy here. But I do like how that one turned out. So this one was an Iron Crafter challenge as well, where we had to use wood veneer, and I had these wood veneers here, and I just thought it'd be perfect with these two little kittens of ours, and I used the Cricut and cut out this stopwatch. And so I like how this turned out. I did mixed media behind here so that it would kind of differentiate the clock. There's a lot of yellow that I pulled out of the flowers, and so I thought the two twins from the Alice in Wonderland would be perfect for these guys. And this is funny. Animals are better than humans. And then Team Kitty. So this is a fun layout, and I layered all these flowers from the cut apart. So I like that one. And then I really like this one. This is a different color palette than normal, but this is for Ginger's Corner 3000 Subby Hop, I believe, and it was to use scraps. And so I have all these scraps, and I just cut the flowers. I cut these little twigs. I had this paper was a scrap, and or no, is this? Oh no, I just cut the circle and then flipped it over, and this was the back of this paper here. And I wanted it to kind of look like a grapevine wreath was the idea, and I could have probably added some more of the twigs to make it thicker, but I really like how this turned out. And like I said, it's a different color palette for me, and I really like it. And I think this was like a Hip Kit Club paper from a million years ago. Okay, and then this layout was a YouTube Hop back to school, I believe was the theme. And so this is my best friend's son, and he's got a little backpack on. This little worm is just adorable, and this is from Marjorie Ann Designs, and I cut it out and paper pieced it together. And I believe this was a sketch. It might have been one of the Christie's Beautiful Life sketches. And so yeah, it was. And so I remember it had these elements to it, these other lines. So I really like how that turned out. It's really cute. He's so cute with his little backpack. Okay, and then so we're in the Christie's Beautiful Life sketches. So this is another one. And then this one I used a flip flap so that I could get more pictures on there. And I remember the sketch had circles, and then it had like papers coming out of the circles, and I just did some mixed media back here. You can't really see on video, but in person you could really see the texture, and it picks up the shine as well. And so I really like that, and I like being able to get the multiple pictures on that page. Very cute. Okay. And then as you can see, I'm really working hard on my wedding photos, and so that's kind of a lot of them are done in this stack, especially with the sketches, because I really like then when you go through my album, there'll be a lot of different layouts because I did all these sketches and stuff, as well as like the different patterns and everything. I really like the eclectic look. I don't really want everything to look the same. And so I really liked this sketch. And then this is really pretty paper, and I didn't know because it's so pretty, how I would use it without covering it up. And so I really like this because you get the seahorse up here that's visible, and then these pretty little clusters here. And so I like this layout as well, and did some splatters and some enamel dots. Turned out really good. This one is one of my all-time favorites. So I had this 12 by 12 photo printed from this photo in my album, just sitting there waiting to be used, because I had this idea of this picture-in-picture, and I just hadn't had the inspiration. Like, I had the idea, but I hadn't had the inspiration. And then one of the sketches, and I tell you who and everything in the video, just was like, that's the sketch. That's what I'm gonna do for that picture-in-picture layout I had. And so I just love this layout. It just turned out better than I could have imagined. And it's always nice when you have a plan and it's just been sitting in your mind for a really long time, and then it finally comes to fruition, and it was really great. And so, you know, in the video I talk about how hard it was for me to layer all of this, but I finally got it how I liked it. And so just one of my absolute favorite ones. And then I had this charm from Blue Fern Studios, and all of these papers are some Blue Fern Studio journaling cards and scraps that I had. So, and then the back is just the 6x6 or 6x8 or 8x8 something, the smaller paper I just kind of pieced together for the background around the photo. Love that one. So this one I love. This is another Paige Evans from my Creative Scrapbook kit, and I just love it. The sketch was a circle, and I love circles, and so I feel like I do circles a lot. So with this one I wanted to try a hexagon, and she had, in the sketch I remember she had little hexagons, and so I drew my inspiration from that. And I just love the title is Needy New Coworker, because this is when, in 2020, when I had to work from home, and then Finn wouldn't get off my lap, and he was always in my meetings and stuff. Well, still is when I have to take them at home. But yeah, so he's my needy new coworker. And this was fun because nothing here is theme, like I'm a theme scrapbooker, and so I'm trying to kind of venture out. And so these whole photo clusters have nothing to do with the picture that's going on. Not photo clusters, embellishment clusters. I mean, there's nothing about work in these clusters here. So I really like that, and I'm trying to venture out and kind of add some more of the things that I have to use up that stash, really. Okay, and this one's a fun one. This is a Christmas layout, and I drew inspiration from my mom's sweater here with those kind of colors and like vintage style, and I have these vintage type ephemera and such. And so I really like how that turned out, and the mixed media here. And this may have been a mixed media mayhem layout where we had a inspiration sketch or layout. I can't remember. So make sure you check out that video. But I really like that one. And then these I've had forever, and I put little gems on them just to kind of dress them up, and I think that looked really good. And this is an ornament, and I don't like having empty holes, so I filled it up over here. And so I think that turned out really good in the addition of the film strip from 49 and Market. So I like that one. And then this one was a sketch as well, and in the sketch it had like papers lined up here, and so I took inspiration from that, and I just did mixed media, and I kind of just swiped some mixed media on there, and I really like how this turned out. This is Yoda's birthday, and I thought it was fun to include, birthday ephemera, but also with dog ephemera. And so, I put this little birthday hat on this dog, and here's a dog inside of a dog house, but it says hooray. So I think that it really worked out good, and I really like this layout. And then this is one because I printed it on my Canon selfie, and I left the white border on it, and I actually like how that looked. Normally I cut that off, and then I cut it off, but then I back my photo with a border, so it's kind of funny how that works. But I really like how that turned out, and I just love that it's shimmery back there. Okay, this is another one of my favorites. It turned out really good. These photos are always hard, like these darker photos, the nighttime photos, and I love them. And I have one photo that I did with craft paper that's kind of going to be next to this in the album. So I wanted to still use craft paper kind of in the layout somewhere. So I really like how this turned out, and then doing the sun rays, because the sketch had 2 corner clusters that I remember. And so I really like how that turned out, and there was like stitching in the sketch, and so I did stitching around the outside, and so I don't do a lot of stitching on my layout, so that was fun too. So I like that. That turned out good. And I kept this base paper pretty plain because, like I said, those photos are so dark, being the sunset photos. Okay, and then this one is an Iron Crafter challenge, and it was to use buttons on a layout. And so I thought that it would be really cute to put buttons in the centers of flowers. And so I found all these buttons, and I thought I was gonna paint them like pink, and then I just liked how it looked with the wooden ones on there. And so it's just a picture of Gracie sitting outside on her little bed staring out. And so I just love it. It's so cute. And the picture's a little dark, but you know, the moment was great. So, and then there's these little animals here again, or insects, and then the turtle. Not anything to really do with the photo, but I was kind of trying to create a little scene down here, and it has the grass and then, you know, these flowers. So I really like how that turned out. And this was some other paper that I got in my creative scrapbook kit, and I think it was Echo Park, I believe. So I like how that turned out. That looks really cute. Okay, and then this is a sketch, and this is actually a sneak peek because I haven't done my voiceover for this. I got a little backed up on my videos, so you'll be seeing the video for this one coming up, but it was one of the sketches, and I just really like how this turned out. The sketch was really interesting with the photos going this way, and so I just took the paper, and I liked the clusters on the paper already, and so I cut around that and cut out the middle part, and then I just dressed the edges, so, and added some pearls. I really like how that turned out, so be on the lookout for this video. Okay, and then the last one I have is this one here, and this was a sketch. I think this is a mixed media sketch, and it had the Mixed Media Mayhem sketch, and it had the mixed media here, and then like kind of another paper here. And so I really thought it'd be cute to have fringe on this side. So there's fringe for the, I cut strips of fringe here, and then did my kind of clusters here. And I wanted to do different colors than you expect for Christmas, and so I used like my pinks and blues here. So I really like how that turned out. And then there's Yoda in his little Christmas shirt and bow tie. But that is my layouts that I got done for the second quarter, April, May, and June. So thank you to everyone that's liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited I hit 500 subbies. I'm having a YouTube and Instagram celebration hop on August 5th. So if you'd like to join that hop, let me know, and I'll put you in the list when I send it out. And it's just that to scrap one of your fur babies, because as you can see, I scrap my fur babies all the time. And so that'll be a lot of fun. But like I said, thank you to everyone that's liked and subscribed. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit those buttons below. You can always hit the little bell if you'd like to be notified when I have my videos. But that's it, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.